Okie dokie. So, hello everyone. Aaron T. Marshall here, coach of the Inglorious Surfers, and with me I have the coach of the South Croydon Soars team, Crizzle. Say hello, Chris.
Hello.
Righto. So the BPL season 4 has finished its draft picks, and everyone has their final teams. All 11 Pokemon, all 150 points. Well, actually, except for one team that didn't manage to make the draft picks, and we're still waiting on him to pick his team. But other than him, everyone else has picked their teams, and yeah, how do you feel about the picks and like how it went?
Well, as you know, I wasn't there for most of it,
Mm.
but I'm glad to say I didn't get sniped. And the one mon I wanted that did go, I just did on the fly, so I was quite happy about.
Yeah,
How about you?
yeah. I got sniped a few times, and funny enough, I got sniped with all C tier picks rather than I thought it was going to be the case of me like getting sniped from like B tier or A tier. But no, I got sniped with C tier picks, so I had to change some things around, which wasn't ideal. But you know what? I'm happy with the picks we've made. I made, but so yeah, let's jump straight into this. So this is my team. We're going to start off with. We're going to do this in the order of how everyone finished in the last season. Um, and yeah, that's starting off with myself and my Inglorious Surfers team. I would speak a little bit about my team and like why I chose specific Pokemon, and then Chris, you can give your opinion on it as well. Um, so I'll start off with picking my main Pokemon, which was the Mawile, because I really wanted Mega Mawile. And then basically I just tried to build a team around this Pokemon. Like Rillaboom with its terrain really helps with those ground weakness that Mawile struggles with. The rain, as you can see, with from Pelipper. Yes, I've chosen Pelipper once more. Really helps with that fire weakness as well. And then I decided to go because Mawile is such a slow Pokemon. I think it's base 50 when it's Mega. I decided I would like it in Trick Room, so I went with a really solid Trick Room option, which was Bronzong. And then I did want also the option of Tailwind, and I really wanted a solid, reliable Tailwind setter with Crobat. Venomoth actually gets it as well, funny enough. And then on top of that, I did want Redirection, which is where Venomoth comes in. And not only Venomoth, actually, Pikachu can also step in if it wants to. But predominantly, Venomoth is going to be my redirector. Like I said, I did get sniped a few times. Initially, I did want Thievul for the Unburden ability, but it got taken, so I ended up taking Drapion in its place. Drapion is a good fit for my team, but Thievul would have been better, but it's not the end of the world. Turtonator was supposed to be Torracat, but Torracat got taken. But to be honest, actually, I like Turtonator in this team because of the redirection and going for Shell Smash or something like that, or Iron Defense. And then the last one is Purugly. Purugly I picked up because I forgot Hitmonlee. It was Hitmonlee I was supposed to get. So I decided to pick up Purugly because it's a really fast Pokemon. People actually don't expect it to be too like this fast, but it's really fast. And it's a good fake out Pokemon. It's Defiant ability as well. And then the last one is Mega Swampert, which we all know gets Swift Swim in the rain, and Pelipper, of course, gives that rain option. But other than that, yeah, I'm happy with the team. I don't know what your thoughts are, Chris.
Yeah, I like your team a
Mm.
lot. There's a lot of coverage moves on it.
Yeah.
Uh, you've got, as you say, you've got the Tailwind, you've got the Trick Room, you've got free fake out mons, options of setting up weather, whichever weather you want, really.
Mm.
Obviously, it's predominantly a rain team.
Yeah.
If you want to boost the Turtonator's fire attacks, you've got loads of mons there that get Sunny Day and a lot of them quite fast. Um, what I really like is you've also got really good speed tiering. So you've got Crobat, which is lightning fast, so it comes out the Pokeball, and unless you're going to slow it down, it's going to stay as like that quick mon.
Indeed, yeah.
And obviously the immunity to fake out. I personally think it's one of the better tailwind setters, even though it doesn't have priority. But that
Mm,
fake out immunity and that speed tier, you might as well be going first, so you're getting that
yeah,
tailwind early.
yeah.
Uh, and you've also then got your slow mode in your Mega Mawile, uh, your Turtonator, and your Bronzor. So you're covering quite a few of the cores in just those three mons.
Mm,
So you've got you've got the fantasy core in those three mons and those slow tiers.
yeah.
As you say, you've got the rain again. I don't think I've ever known you to draft with some sort of
I've
rain.
got to have it.
Yeah, so I mean, but rain really helps out. It's not only that, it helps out your Rillaboom there as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, essentially taking away its fire weakness.
yeah.
So yeah, really, really solid team there, and you've got the terrain. Um, yeah, like
Yeah, the only thing like when I look at the team now, like in this sort of setting, I do actually look and I think, oh, actually, the only thing I don't really have is like a really strong special attacker. Like I've got the really hard physical attacker with the likes of Mawile, Rillaboom, and Mega Swampert. But then my special attackers are kind of lacking a little bit.
yeah,
Um, like Pelipper is really the strongest one, probably. I mean, Venomoth can hit pretty hard as well, but yeah, I think that's the only criticism I would have for my team, that I don't really have that many special attackers.
yeah.
And
Now I'm going to be honest. I praised your team, so now it's time to come down a bit harsh on your team. Um, so obviously you've got a wide range of movesets there, but as we've just gone into, your stats uh, as a total for if you average them out for all of them, like you haven't got one stat that which is like amazing. Now
mm,
usually like this, I ignore the speed stat because you go for different tiers,
mm,
so I'm not bothered by that. But your average HP is 70, your
yeah,
average defense is 88, your special defense is 75. So and you've already pointed out your special attack is low, like nothing is above 100.
mm,
But same time, you've got things to counter that. You've got your Shell Smash on Turtonator, Quiver Dance on Venomoth. So you've got options there, and obviously these stats don't take into account when you mega something as
yeah,
well.
of course, yeah,
So yeah, there's so you can build on it.
yeah,
Like only thing you don't have in the team, which I also think like a lot of people look for when they're drafting, is either unburden or a prankster on something
mm,
that's gonna cut, especially if you got terrain. So you got something comes out, eats boosts one of its defenses, and then is very fast, or you've got the prankster on which gives you that initial setup without issue.
yeah. No, I agree. But I initially wanted, well, either Hitmonlee or Thievul, but they both got taken in the same sort of round, you know. And
Or
I was like, oh no, both unburdened Pokemon have gone in that tier as well. So I was actually stuck. I was like, ah. Although it was kind of a big blow because, like you said, an unburdened Pokemon is really useful because their speed just goes through the roof as soon as their item gets taken away. Um, but yeah, and it did leave me a bit like bit disheartened. But do you know what? It happens. I can always like shift some things around in the you know, the break
yeah,
to try and
yeah,
get a different unburdened Pokemon if there is actually a Hawlucha still.
yeah.
So
Holu still hanging around in there. I
yeah,
think or more Sceptile.
mm,
There are options there. Sceptile is more of a of an offensive unburden user,
it
but
is. Yeah,
Hawlucha is definitely one of those that you can get some sort of support out of.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, like obviously these first 5 weeks, we see how it goes, and then
yeah. Of
uh,
course, yeah,
we'll anything needs changing, we've got the option in that mid-season break.
Indeed. Yeah. But no, overall, I am happy. I think I could have made maybe a couple of different choices in order to like maybe push my stats up higher, but overall, I am happy. I think I'll just have to, because most of the time, I think with this format is that we're going to have to be really mindful of which Pokemon is going to be the Mega. Um, and of course, Mega Swampert is a beast in the rain, but Mega Mawile is also so strong with that ability as well. And if you don't like stomp it out quickly, you're going to suffer.
Yeah.
Because you need to get rid of it quite quickly because it's just going to hit you so hard and nothing is going to survive if it just keeps on hitting you. But yeah. But no, let's jump over to the next team, which is yours, I believe. Yep, it will be. Hold on, if this... Oh, how do I go back? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we jump over to your team. So yeah, talk me through your team.
So like the order I drafted my team in was pretty much what they're going to bring to the table, and how much do I need it. So a series 10 with no Dynamax, like the two things I look for is a weather setter
Yeah.
and a terrain user. So that brought out my first choice, which was Tapu Bulu. Doesn't get too much in the way of weather. I think it gets some of the weather moves. Sunny day.
Yeah.
I just wanted it for the terrain. If I'm not up against terrain users, I'm gonna have complete control of terrain for the whole match. If I am up against terrain users, the slower terrain user in what's it called, Pincurchin, I don't think was picked up at all.
No, it wasn't.
I've got the slowest terrain set, so my terrain's always going to come out last if I get the speed stats right on it. So, and what that does is helps my unburden user, but
Yeah.
it doesn't the opponents if they've got an unburden user on their side. So yeah, that was pretty much the thoughts behind what I was going with Tapu Bulu. I then got Aegislash because I wanted it. I just wanted it in the team for the value of 10 points. I think it's going to be really, really strong in this format. So yeah, I wanted that, and then I saw quite a few Intimidate mons going, so I wanted Milotic as my third pick. So yeah, once Dave picked Incineroar and Lando T, I was like, yeah, I need a competitive user, and Milotic ticks that. So also means that people are going to be more worried about dropping any of my mon stats. Because if I bring out a Milotic and it has a stat drop, it's then got +2 in special attack, which is already quite good. So yeah. Then I went for a basic duo of Comfy and Galar Moltres. We've seen what it does in the Dynamax format. Just keep basically proccing Berserk with and healing it up with Comfy, and it just gets stronger and stronger. But I picked Comfy because it's good at just keeping my other mons alive. Then needed my Unburden user, which was Hitmonlee. Picked it up mostly for the coaching. So it gets coaching, boosts stats of other mons, and it hits really hard as well. It's already got really good special defense.
Yeah.
And obviously in grassy terrain I get a +1 in defense, so that helps it survive a bit longer. I think it also gets Drain Punch, so it can heal itself up with a stab move if it needs to. Then I went Galelli, Flareon, Muck, just to waste up some of my points.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Star told me, "Oh, you've got 45 points left," which was great because then I picked up my Cresselia and Goodra.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I went for. So my speeds are all a little bit all over the place. I haven't got anything with breakneck speed. Like my fastest is base 100, and I haven't got anything super slow because my slowest is 50 with muck. So
Mm-hmm.
my speed tiering is a bit middle of the line. So that's something I know I've got to be wary of.
Mm.
Uh, but like again, didn't really draft this team for speed control too much. I've got some in Icy Wind, I've got Trick Room, I've got Tailwind. I've got reliable users for those moves, but I mostly drafted it for the sheer bulk. Um, like I can get my defense boosted with Grassy Seeds and Gochin,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and my special defense averages out at 116.
Mm.
So, like on the special side, I'm going to be taking hits for days, and on the defensive side, I've got ways round of getting through that problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, time for you to rip my team apart.
No, no. Like you said, I really like the team. You've covered all the cores, and like you said, Moltres is such a beast. Like in both formats. Yes, it probably better in a Dynamax, but it's still so good in this type of format as well. Um, and like you said, like I think everyone tends to forget that Comfy actually gets Tailwind, because you always associate Comfy with Trick Room, because of course that's the only thing it can use in the gens, in Sword of Shield. But
Mm.
I think people tend to forget that it actually gets the other one as well. So I love that aspect because it can catch people off guard. Um, but you've got like like Cresselia is one of the best Trick Room setters. Same sort of level standards as like Porygon 2, Dusclops. Well, actually, probably even better than Dusclops. It is one of the best Trick Room setters. Um, so it's an amazing pick. And not only that, like you've picked up Cresselia, who's like super weak to Dark, but you've picked up probably the best Dark type in the tiers. So that's like something that people will have to try to either, because in that scenario, you either have to let Trick Room go up and play around in it with you, or try to stall it out. Because like Cresselia is so bulky. Like I remember in like even the Dynamax formats that even Galar Moltres can't take it out with a max darkness if it has the Colbur Berry. So it's so good. I love that Pokemon, and like you said, it gets like Icy Wind, which is a good form of speed control. Um, and you've got the Melodic. Melodic is one of my favorite Pokemon in this type of format because it's really bulky. It's hard to kill if you haven't got a strong grass type, or electric. And it gets like really annoying moves like Recover and uh, Haze as well, which is really useful in certain situations.
Yeah.
And then not only that, you've got Grassy Terrain, which can slowly heal up your bulky Pokemon. On top of Comfy healing your bulky Pokemon. So it's one of those teams where it's like that is so bulky, and you have to hit them really hard. And you need to try to get rid of all of these healing options that are flying around. So it's going to be quite difficult to break the team. On top of that, you've got like the Aegislash, and like I said, I completely agree. For 10 points, it is a steal for the move pool that it gets. I was actually Flareon was actually I was keeping my eye on Flareon because when Torracat was sniped, I was actually like, oh, I need a good fire type now, and I was actually looking at Flareon, but then I decided to go to Anea. But Flareon's a really cool Pokemon. It can hit really hard if it's got that Guts ability activated.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Hitmonlee's a great Pokemon for the Unburden ability itself, and coaching, fake out. Muck. I've actually never played Muck in a competitive format, so I'm quite excited to see you use it. Because it's one of those Pokemon. It's a Gen 1 Pokemon, and you're like, I love it because it's a Gen 1, so I want to see it do so well. Probably not good against Matrix's team though, but we'll come to that.
Yeah.
And
Might stay.
then Yeah, Galelli. Yeah, Galelli is pretty cool as well. It's got its own form of speed control. Overall, I really like your team, but yeah, like you said, your speed sort of you've got nothing that's like ultra fast, you know. But to be honest, you don't need it because you've got the bulk. And that's what your team is. It's bulky, and people need to sort of be wary on how bulky your team actually is and can be with all of these healing options. You know, yeah, Gudra's a really cool Pokemon. Um, I've actually never seen it in this kind of format, so again, I'll be quite excited to see you use it. But no, overall, I really like your team, mate. I really like it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to using it. Obviously, I'm known for like the hyper offense sort of play style, so
Mm,
this time going down a different route and
yeah,
try to stall some things out. I
yeah,
usually
it
play
is. Yeah.
a lot in singles, so uh, trying to bring it to doubles.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the thing as well, though. Like when you play a little bit of singles, you learn a thing or two, which you can actually implement and bring into doubles.
Yeah, yeah. Looking at memes team last season, I was thinking, oh, I really want to give it a try.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
But now let's jump over to the next team, which is Silly and his Long Island Goomies team. Um, so yeah, like he's got so many components going on. It's crazy, but I love it as well. I mean, the most threatening thing with his team is, of course, the Venucle. Um, it's terrifying. You know, actually, Venusaur's scary even without being a Mega, because of the drought ability, chlorophyll. Sorry.
yeah,
Um, and then of course it Megas, and then you could be even in more trouble. He has also got the option to Mega the Manectric, which is, I think it doesn't actually change ability, does it? Does it?
uh, yeah, yeah. It gets intimidate when it turns mega.
Oh, it does. Yeah, yeah. So actually, that's quite interesting. You know, so you could be, you know, protecting your Politoed and your Poliwrath, with your Lightning Rod, and then boom, just change all of a sudden to Intimidate. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's actually really interesting option. He's got the Thundurus, another electric type in there. He's actually got three electric types. Um, but Thundurus is super quick. If I remember, it's 130. No,
No,
one
no,
what
101.
101. No, 111. I think it's got a really odd base speed stat. I
Yeah,
think
the Fairy, ain't it? Yeah, 101.
101. Okay, it's the other one that's got the 111. I think, or
Yeah.
110. But yeah, so 101, pretty quick. Um, there's some things that I'm just like, I'm just not sure on, like the Minior. I don't know what it does. I just don't know what it does. So it's one of those Pokemon where I will actually have to research because I have no idea what it does, and he could catch me off guard with something, you know.
Yeah.
Um, Electabuzz was really good for you last season, like with the Follow Me, and it's quite powerful in special attack as well. So that's a cool pick there. Mega Sableye. Always just having it as Sableye because it's to be honest, Sableye is a better uh, version. I don't
Yeah.
really rate the Mega all that much, so I think he'll probably just keep it as the what should we call it, prankster Sableye, which I think is the right choice because you can get like weather control. You can even get it gets fake out, and you can't fake it out as well. It gets, what's that move? Quash. It gets
Quash.
quash as well, which is really frustrating. Gumshoes. I actually don't know anything about this Pokemon other than it's a normal type. Is it?
It's a normal type. It's
Yeah.
got a high attack stat and it's pretty slow.
Yeah, yeah. And then Tyrantrum. I remember you using Tyrantrum in UGA, and it was really
Yeah.
good. It's just knowing when to use it, you know, in certain situations.
Yeah.
And its ability is pretty good as well, actually. But yeah, overall, I like the team. I think there's just a few too many electric types, though. What do you think?
Yeah. So my issue with the team is he's got no tailwind and he's got no trick room.
Hmm.
He does have speed control. He's got icy wind and electro web,
Yeah.
which is going to be probably quite vital if he wants to have speed control. Um, but yeah, like you've got a Torkoal but no trick room. So Torkoal's always going to be going last.
Yeah.
Bar. So I think that he's running a risk with not having either of these moves.
Hmm.
Um, but like obviously my Electabuzz done him dirty in the playoffs, so I'm pretty sure he picked that to spite me.
Try and get
Uh,
some revenge.
yeah, it's good that he's only got one Eviolite user, and
Hmm.
it's so good that it's an Electabuzz because it can, although it's going to be carrying the Eviolite, it's going to hit hard with or without it, and faster
Yeah.
with well, which is always good.
Yeah,
Good.
I suppose, yeah, like you said, like the speed control, he's got the Electro Web, he's got the Swift Swim with Poliwrath, and he's also got Chlorophyll with Venusaur, so, and I suppose Quash is a form of speed control?
Yeah,
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 I suppose, yeah. Um, so he has got options there, but like you said, he doesn't have a Trick Room or Tailwind setter,
no,
which is a bit worrying, but then again, like, would you if you looked at this team, would you want Trick Room to go off knowing that Torkoal can just like Torkoal's probably one of the slowest Pokemon.
yeah.
Stack Attacker I think is slower, but yeah.
Yeah, I think from stuff drafted, Torkoal's definitely one of the slowest. I think the only thing really slower than it is Fungus, which got picked.
Ah, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, a Fungus is a Fungus. Actually a threat.
Yeah, yeah.
Not Fungus isn't a
Torkoal is just such a
Torkoal will
threat if Trick Room is up. So really, in a sense, like I suppose it's interesting to say that Silly's team is that you, as an opponent, you kind of actually want Tailwind up rather than Trick Room
yeah.
because Trick Room it doesn't benefit you in any way if the Torkoal is in the team, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I do like the team. I just think perhaps a few other choices could have been made, like the maybe Tornadus wasn't required.
Yeah. Um, yeah, like having three electric types, he's got a big ground weakness. He
Yeah.
does have immunities to ground, so
Mm.
he's got pivoting options to take that out. In fact, he's got decent immunities across the field. Um, 10 in total. So he's
Yeah.
got good pivot controls with
Yeah.
those.
True. Yep. But no.
But but yeah, interesting team. No fantasy core, but he's definitely got stuff there that he can play with, and knowing Silly, he's going to bring some interesting tech.
Yeah. I don't even know what type in Minior is. Is it rock?
Rock and flying.
Rock and flying. Okay. Yeah. It's one of those Pokemon. I'm like, what do you do? And so yeah, let's jump over to the next team, which is Meme. What are your first thoughts about
He
his
got his
team?
Charizard.
Yeah, he got the Zard. He got his Zard. Um, yeah, the Zard is kind of scary, isn't it? Because this is actually the first time in this format now that he gets the choice to choose which Mega Zard he wants to bring. Um, which is quite scary because the X does have its like own. I know that everyone always prefers the Y, that it is the better of the two, but the X can still provide some like things that the Y can't. Um, but of course, I think predominantly we will be seeing the Y coming out, especially if you've got like File Plume
Yeah,
in the same team.
yeah,
Excuse me.
I agree. You're mostly going to see the Y coming out from him, but having the option there is something you've got to prep for.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh, yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Meme does this time round. Yeah, he was one of the other people that grabbed the Unburden user
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah,
from you.
yeah, yeah. Those unburdened Pokemon went very quick. Yeah, so like you said, he's got the unburdened Fever with, of course, Tapu Fini setting that terrain with Misty Terrain. Misty Terrain's actually really, really good in this format because it prevents other people doing things to you. However, also has to be quite mindful of his own status moves. So he's got the Vileplume, which can put things to sleep. He's got Raichu that can paralyze. He's even got Articuno that can potentially freeze things. So he's got to be mindful not to sort of trip himself up by bringing
Mhm.
in Feeny in too soon and then going for like a Nuzzle or Sleep Powder or, Poison Powder, whatever. Um, yeah, he will have to do like clever pivoting.
Yeah, yeah. Like only thing I'm sure there's rhyme to Meme's madness, but I don't get why he picked Vileplume over Victory Bell.
Yeah, yeah. I think I think I'm trying to remember the stats of Victory Bell. I know that Vileplume is stronger in special attack. I think,
It is, but
but
barely.
but
And
not as bulky, is it?
so I've got them both up here. So uh, bulk wise, Vileplume has more bulk
Hmm.
overall, but Victory Bell has a better move pool and better attack, but lower special attack. I don't know. It's a little bit like your G's and what you're going for, but Victory Bell's also faster,
Hmm.
so you get more of that instant speed in the sun, whereas it can be out. Uh, it's easier to outpace a base 50 mon in chlorophyll than base 70 in chlorophyll.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I again, I do like memes. Um,
Yeah, yeah. He's got the tailwind from either Articuno or Latios. Is that Latias or Latios?
he's got Latias.
Latias. Okay, so he went for the more bulkier. Um. Oh no, Latias is the more offensive
Uh,
one, isn't it?
Latios, the blue one, uh, is the offensive one.
Offensive, yeah. So this one's the more bulkier one, which makes sense because if you want Tailwind up, you want to be more bulky in order to take some hits if
Yeah,
you're being outsped. So yeah, he's got the Tailwinds there. He's got Fake Out support from Mienshao, Raichu. Um, he's also got the Trick Room Setter from Bahia.
Behem.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing with memes team that we see right here, it doesn't want to be in Trick Room.
Yeah.
You've got two mons that can work in Trick Room, and they're not good mons to begin with. So I'm pretty sure Bahem's been drafted in as a way to stop Trick Room, so the imprison sort of mode.
Hmm.
Um, because yeah, this team wants to go fast. It's already got fast mons, like five of them are over base 100, and one of them is below base 100 but only gets faster. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, that is true actually. Like he has got the Trick Room there, but to be honest, you don't really want to be in Trick Room with this team.
no,
You want to go fast with this team, you know. You want to outspeed.
you do.
Um, I suppose he's got it to reverse the Trick Room, maybe.
Yeah,
But then you could argue like, was there a Trick Room Pokemon that has Imprison as well? And then that would make more sense. I don't know if Behem gets
I
Imprison.
think I think it does.
Oh,
I
does
think
it?
yeah.
Oh, there you go. Then that makes sense then.
So yeah, he's got it. He's definitely got it for the imprison.
Okay.
But also he's got a speed swapping Raichu, so anything that he thinks, oh, that needs to go a bit faster, he's got the option to make it that bit faster.
Yeah, yeah. We mustn't forget as well, he's actually got redirection with Raichu as well. in this format. And I think some people forget about that with Raichu because you always think about fake out rather than follow me.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that is something that people should sort of take in mind. Um, I'm not sure. Did he explain why he wanted Inteleon?
I don't know why he's picked up Inteleon.
I just wonder why two water types. Because Tapu Fini is an amazing water type and fairy. So I don't know if Inteleon was like really necessary. Because I'm trying to think of what its purpose will be. Maybe Icy Winds, but again, you got Articuno for the Icy Wind.
Yeah, I think it is one of those faster mons, and I think
Mm,
it was in the C tier, so it's really good value.
that's true. Yeah, it
Uh,
is good value. Yep.
it's fast. 120 is a good good sort of par for this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe
so
maybe Soak. Maybe Soak strats. Mm,
yeah.
But yeah, overall, I really like the team. Um, I was playing around with him, saying that I would pick up the Zard as my first pick, but I, I didn't. I actually did make a team with Zard, but it had too many weaknesses for me, and I just didn't want to do it. Um, and I really don't like the 4 times weakness to rock. I really don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had Zard in the VDL, and half the weeks it came, it was carrying a Charty Berry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But no, really cool team, really cool stuff. I like all of the components. Not really many criticisms about it. I mean, I suppose the only one is that Bohemian may have not been necessary, um, because I don't know. It's not that great even as a Trick Room Pokemon anyway. But I don't know. Maybe there was a better option, but I'm not
yeah.
sure what tier it was. Is it C?
But he and D probably.
Ah, okay. So
But
maybe as a
we've got
D it is not bad then, but yeah.
but we've got Mons in weird tiers, so I
Mm,
mean, it might be A for all I know.
yeah. But yeah, that's the only criticism really. And like I said about the Feeny with its terrain, you'll have to be careful with Viral Plume and Raichu, and potentially Articuno with your status moves, wanting to do those status moves, but you can't because you've already set your own terrain. Um, but no. But really cool stuff. Let's jump over to the next team.
Hmm.
Is Dave's Newcastle Thundurus, the only player who did not get sniped in the picks. What's your initial thoughts on this team?
Let's see. So Dave's team, um, yeah, this is the team that I feared. This is why I got my Lotic. That Elixir and Lando combination definitely has me worried.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, yeah, it's a good team. You've got. I'm surprised he didn't go pick up the lantern.
Oh yeah, I've already just noticed he didn't pick up his lantern.
It's it's been such a good mon for him,
Yeah,
but I can see why. I mean, if he's got the Rotom Wash, why does he need a lantern as well?
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I've obviously well known I've used Indeedee several times.
Mm.
Um, and I find it quite remarkable how his team is very similar, but still different from his team last season.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. For me, I think he's chosen the Pokemon that were like really stood out for him last season that did really well for him, and he's taken them and then improved it even more with bringing in other aspects. Because of course we haven't got the legendaries now, so um, he has to sort of change with that and pick up a Mega as well, and his Mega's Altaria. Um, Cloud 9, is it Cloud 9?
Cloud, no, it's Mega. It gets Pixelate, so Fairy moves
Oh, okay,
do normal moves.
okay,
Fairy do 20% more damage. So yeah, it hits hard.
okay. That's interesting. Um, Oh no, it's Cloud9 with normal ability, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cloud9 is actually like, as we've seen two weather teams so far. So Altaria Cloud9 is going to be proved to be really effective against these weather teams. Altaria is a really cool Pokemon. It gets Tailwind, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it does get Tailwind, if I remember. I think Jumpluff gets Tailwind as well. I think.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah. So he's got two Tailwind setters there. He's got a Trick Room setter with Trevenant. Trevenant is actually a really interesting Pokemon. If you use it the right way, it can be really devastating. It gets that really annoying move, Forest.
Forest Curse.
Yes, that's the one. It changes you to a grass type, which
Yeah.
is frustrating. Because if you're a fire type and you want to take out that Trevenant and it does that on you, it's not very nice because you can't take the damn thing out. Um, but yeah, like you said, he's got the dual intimidates as well. Both of these Pokemon are really good in this format, and they're both like Lando is of course more like offensive than Incineroar, but Incineroar can still be quite offensive. Like if you
Yeah.
if you give it quite a fair bit of attack, it's actually really strong.
Yeah, people forget that Incin's got 115 base attack.
Yeah, that's a
So,
crazy
oh,
amount of attack.
yeah, it's got stupid bulk in 95, 90, 90, but it's still got really good attack, and it's got decent special attack as well. So
It does. Yeah, yeah,
it can do whatever you want it to do, but I mean, it's just slow.
yeah,
But
yeah.
no one's drafting Incineroar for a fast Pokemon.
No, no, they're not. No, not at all. This team actually reminds me quite a bit of yours in the sense of like bulk. Like
Yeah,
it's going to be quite hard to break, and it's going to be quite difficult to sort of just like do what you want to do because of the Cloud9 from Altaria. You've got Misty Terrain from Weezing or Neutralizing Gas. You've got the Intimidators that are just dropping your attack every damn second. You've got the Indeedee that can set Psychic Terrain that can stop all your fake out shenanigans or prankster moves. He's got the Trick Room. Oh yeah, and both. Actually, I forgot Indeedee gets it as well.
yeah.
So he's got both of those. He's got Wide Guard with the Probopass to protect his Pokemon. Um, yeah, it's a really cool team. I like
It's
it.
it's really cool, really diverse.
Yeah.
He's covered loads of typings. He can do pivoting for
Mhm.
days.
Yeah.
Um, like he's got a mon that's 4 times weak to ground, but then he's got 5 immunities to ground.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He's got
he's
yeah.
gonna
He's
be
got Lando, Rotom, potentially Weezing,
yeah,
Altaria, and Jumpluff. Yeah. It's
yeah,
really interesting team, and I really like it. Um, but not only that, like he's got like a huge fighting weakness with the Probo and Inzin and Ferrothorn, but he's also got the Rotom Wash that resists it super well, and the Altaria I think resists it.
Altaria
Yeah,
jump resist it.
Jumpluff and Octillery, if I'm not mistaken. I think.
No, Octillery
Oh no,
doesn't.
Weezing resists it as well.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah, it's a really cool team. I like it. He's got the speed controls in both directions. He's got the stat drops. He's got the terrain control. He doesn't have weather control, but he doesn't need it because he's got Altaria to stop the weather.
yeah. Yeah, and he's also got loads of mons that learn the
Yeah,
weather move. Not that this team's bothered by weather. In fact, out of everyone, say wants to be in rain,
yeah, yeah,
um, it can in sun. So
yeah.
um,
And then of course the Ferrothorn, which, as we all know, is a pain if you do not get rid of it quickly, because if it gets at least one iron defense, you know you're gonna have a hard time trying to break it.
sticking around for a while.
Yeah, yeah, and it's going to keep leech seeding you, and you're going to have to switch out, and yeah. But no, really good stuff from Dave on the sort of building of the team. He's got the grass, water, fire. I don't think he's got the fantasy,
Yep, he's got the fantasy,
dragon, steel.
dragon, steel, and fairy.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Weezing,
Wild-
of course. Yeah.
Wild-type fairies.
So yeah, he's got a lot of like, he's ticked a lot of boxes for sure. Ticked a lot of boxes, and he's got like physical attackers as well as special. I suppose actually that's maybe the only criticism I would give, is that his only physical attacker, like hard hitting physical, is Lando. Other than that, the others are like, well, Insin's good as well. Let's not forget.
He's got Lando, Insin's decent, and
Hmm.
Trevenant's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Trev's okay. Yeah,
Tillery also has 105, but you usually use it as a special attacker.
yeah, yeah.
On the special attacking side, um, Lando indeed he's got 4 with 105, and then the rest are quite not so good.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I suppose actually, I'm wondering why he picked up Rotom Wash, but then Octillery as well. I'm not sure why he's picked up both.
so I
But
don't know. Artillery does give you a bigger move pool.
yeah,
Like it's got Sludge Bomb, Energy Ball,
flamethrower.
Thrower, Psychic. It's got if you bring it out, there's a range of stuff it can do for some reason.
Yeah, I suppose he hasn't got redirection either.
Yeah,
I suppose that is the only thing that's missing from this team. Um,
but he's got Ally Switch. He's got
yeah, that's true.
yeah. Bismons get Ally Switch. So,
Yeah, and not only
yeah.
that, he's got fake out as well if he needs to. I
Yeah.
think, yeah, Insin's the only fake out. So.
And Indeedee.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
of course. I always forget. It's because it's always got the psychic terrain, so you're like, it doesn't get it, but it does. But no, really, really fun team. I'm really looking forward to watching Dave play with this team. I'm not looking forward to going up against it, but I am looking forward to watching him play others.
I'm not looking forward to going against it.
No,
because,
it's going to be hard to break.
yeah, and my team's hard to break, so it might be a bit of a stall fest.
Stallfest, yeah, indeed. Yeah. Right, on to the next team, which is Draco with his Swindon Rookies. I initially helped. Have I got 4, 8, 9, 10? I'm missing a Pokemon. Sorry, Draco.
Oh dear, right. Let's see what you're missing.
I am missing a Pokemon.
Have you got Darkrai, Kingdra, Scizor, Meowstic, Shaman,
Uh huh.
Togetic, Golisopod?
Ah, it's
Yeah.
Golisopod. Okay.
There.
So it's the Golisopod I've missed off. Sorry, Draco. But let's say Golisopod's here. But yeah, I helped Draco building this team, gave my advice, which Pokemon he should go for. He wanted to build a team that revolved around Meowstic and Sizzle predominantly. So I helped him out, and I think he got sniped two or three times. I think
Mhm.
2 or 3 times he got sniped, but he has picked up a couple of good Pokemon that has replaced it. But yeah, so he initially wanted the Meowstic as a prankster Pokemon. So we worked together. I told him that Meowstic's are really good. Of course, it's a trick room setter for one. It does screens and it does weather control as well. So like I told him that, to sort of pick Pokemon that work with Meowstic. So that's where I advised to get Kingdra, because Meowstic can learn Rain Dance, of course, and Kingdra, of course, has that Swift Swim ability. And then it also gets Sunny Day, which chlorophyll. Who gets the chlorophyll? Shaman. It's Shaman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaman's chlorophyll. Yeah. And that's where Shaman came into the picture. And then because he had like the Kindra and he wanted to protect it against those really tough fairy types that you can get, I suggested the Scissor, the Mega Scissor, which is really strong and really good in Trick Room, which also helps out with Meowstick. And then from then on, I just suggested other things like grabbing a redirection Pokemon, which Togetic came into, the picture. And then I suggested Pokemon that you can get set up when you want that follow me to take the hit, which is where Linoon Marowak came into the picture as well, who can also work in Trick Room. And then Torracat for Intimidate and Pivot in as well. And then I can't remember what the other two Pokemon. Oh, Darkrai. So he wanted Darkrai as well, which works really well to. What did Darkrai? I forgot what it. Oh yeah, with Meowstick.
Yeah, with Meows.
Yeah, so those two work hand in hand as well.
I think it works with Shaman as well because I think Shaman gets Sweet Scent, so you lower
Yeah,
the evasiveness,
yeah,
and Darkrai puts things to sleep.
yeah, it does. So that was really good. And then Riolu wasn't part of the plan, and neither was Golisopod. So I think he got sniped with those two, and he picked them up. I'm not sure on the Riolu pick, but Golisopod's really cool. I like that pick. Because Golisopod's really good with that first impression is really strong.
Aqua Jets.
Yeah, the Aqua Jets.
Yeah, it gets priority moves to overcome its speed.
Yeah, it really does, and its ability. So if it gets hit, you can just get switched out and bring in something better. But no, that's where we kind of went with this team, because and I think what's his Tailwind setter? Shaman?
Yeah.
If I remember, I think.
Togetic and Scizor. Shaman Sky gets Tailwind by
That's right. Yeah, the other
norm.
form.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's actually just Togetic that gets the Tailwind, which isn't ideal, but because he's got like two different forms of like weather control with the speed in that, he can just keep playing, and also Trick Room from Meowstick. He could just like play around with this. And not only that, actually, because he's got Riolu can do the same thing with the weather control and coaching, of course.
Yeah.
Fake Out from Meowstick and Torracat. But yeah, what do you think of the team?
I said I would be nice to Draco's team, so I'm gonna try and be nice, but at the same time, I've got to criticize it where I see. It's. I think personally, it's a bit of a passive team. There's although he's got a really good rain mode. Obviously, he's got two mons that set up rain with Prankster. He's got the Scizor, which is going to really appreciate the rain. He's got the Kingdra that really appreciates the rain. He's got the Lysopod that's going to appreciate the rain. So that's three mons that are going to benefit from the rain. The rest really ain't too bothered. He doesn't really want to be in sun too much, but it's there to almost mess with the other teams.
Yeah.
My problem though is that he's got two Prankster mons. Both very similar function. I think the only difference is Riolu gets coaching.
Yeah.
And Meowstick gets terrains. So he only needs one of them. He can probably drop the other. And he's got three mons there that could use an Eviolite. But in Series 10, if you're going to have an Eviolite user, you want one that's going to be able to hit back and do damage. And there's a team later on that we're going to get to, and I'm going to be even more harsh on that. It's because you Series 10, there's no Dynamaxing. You haven't got one Mon, which is just going to like wreck through the other team and punch a big hole.
Yeah.
You need everything weight, and when you've got 3 EVA light users, um, none of which are particularly big damage dealers.
Hmm.
It like I think like just the attack stats on them, they're not going to be doing enough damage.
Hmm.
Um, so I think he's going to struggle with getting past some foes. Like me, I'm analysing this team, and I think if I get past the Kingdra, the Scizor, and the Darkrai, Marowak might be an issue. Golisopod I hit a couple times and it gets scared off. So Golisopod is always going to be one that he brings in the back. And you'll face Golisopod when you've already killed two of his team.
Yeah, yeah.
So my thing is like I'll always be looking to be able to take out Scizor, Kingdra, Darkrai, Marowak, because the rest is a lot of support.
Yeah, I agree with the Riolu. Like, it's just too similar to Meowstic. Well, actually, it's worse than Meowstic in my opinion. Meowstic is a much better prankster Pokemon. So Riolu probably wasn't necessary. I think if I remember, he wanted Thievul as well for the because Meowstic can set terrain.
Yeah.
And you proc that Unburden, and then it gets set up. I think it was Thievul, or it could have been another Unburden Pokemon. I'm not sure, but yeah, I agree. Riolu doesn't really need to be in this team. Although the one thing that I like should say is that people should not sleep on Linoon. Like if Linoon gets set up with Belly Drum, it's gonna start hitting things really hard and fast, and it's gonna have the highest priority move, which is Extreme Speed. Yeah, and like that thing can hit so hard. Like Extreme Speed can just take out a lot of bulky Pokemon as well.
Yeah, I've seen that and I've seen it happen, but at the same time, I'm like, it's still a Linoon.
Yeah, oh yeah, don't get me wrong, it's still Linoon, but like if this guy's taking control of like taking the hits, and Linoon can take a hit as well. Like it doesn't like if it's like an AoE damage move, it can take it and still get a belly drum. But yeah, Mega Scizor is obviously the biggest threat. Is a really good Mega.
He gets that in the rain.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very difficult to take out. I'm not sleeping on it. There's a reason I said I'm looking at taking that and the Kingdra out.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, Kingdra is a Pokemon that you have to respect. I know that for sure because I've used it so many times now. It's one of those Pokemon that it could be like even quite a supportive Kingdra as well.
Yeah.
Like or just stall you out, you know. But yeah, I agree. Like the Riolu, I think wasn't necessary. Golisopod will be cool. It's here. It will be cool to see him use. Marowak, if it's in Trick Room, can be a really scary Pokemon because it can hit really hard. Its base attack is really high. If I remember, I think it's 100.
Yeah. Who was this Marowak?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's base attack's 80, but it
80. Sorry.
Club.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But no. I agree. Like these three are like the biggest threats. Kingdra, Darkrai, Scizor, and then the rest. Like actually, Shaman is an interesting Pokemon. Like it's one of those Pokemon where you're not sure what's it gonna be, because it can actually be quite offensive because it's got that. It's one of those Pokemon that has 100 base stat all around.
Yeah.
So you're not quite sure what it's gonna be, like supportive, offensive, or in the middle, you know. But yeah. I think it's a cool team. I just don't think the Riolu is the one thing that I'm really not liking. Because Meowstic's just a better overall.
I feel bad. Like we slated on Draco. But I'm sorry, Draco. I love you. You know, when you tell me not to be nice to your team, I'm.
And I'm definitely gonna watch out for that Linoon though. I've been bloody destroyed by Linoon too many times with that E speed. But no,
Uh,
let's jump
uh,
over to the next team.
yeah, sounds good.
Dogsy, Shadow Kings.
This team looks a bit familiar. Uh,
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so uh, the thing with Dogsy's team, hang on. Sorry. Yeah. So the thing with Dogsy's team is, I had a match where I set up a team that's a little similar to this
Uh-huh.
against him and beat him quite handily.
Hmm.
We were messing around on Showdown, and Mons I had in the team. I had a Bomber Snow, my Mega, Aromatisse. I had Rillaboom, not Fracky. I had Arctozolt, not Arctovish. And those have magically appeared in his team.
he,
Uh,
he's picked up some ideas.
yeah, so, but I'm not taking credit for that. But Drake, Dogsy, you owe me.
uh,
What I do like about this team is there's a lot of modes.
yeah, there are a lot.
He's got the super slow mode with the Melmetal, like base 34 speed, Aromatisse, and Mega Bomber. So he's got like three really slow mons there that work together. Aromatisse can't be torted, and if it's out next to Bruxish, you can't fake it out.
Yep.
So like he's thought of a lot here. There's a lot going on in this team.
Yeah, there
Um,
is.
Not only that, but Mega Bomber Snow also gets Grassy Glide,
Yeah.
which he can set up so he can take advantage of that. So if he hasn't got Trick Room, he can still go first.
Hmm.
And that thing in his Mega can still hit like a truck.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's gone for the Ditto. We know how much he likes his Ditto.
he does
Uh,
indeed.
Yeah, and he's also got the electric users. So, like, instantly I saw, it's why I've set out the PowerPoint as I have. He's got the Tapu Koko and the Electivire. Tapu Koko, one of the fastest discharge users, if not the fastest.
Yeah.
And then Electivire, so you discharge, you give it a speed boost, and then that goes off as well. So, yeah, he's got good speed control, good. He's got some good stuff here, stuff I really like. I'm wary of it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like you said, the Coco and Electivire duo. Um, Coco can just keep boosting that thing's speed, motor drive, um, and Electivire can hit pretty hard as well. If I remember, its base attack is pretty high. Um, I suppose the only thing that I don't like about these two is the dual ground type weakness.
Yeah,
But then it's not too bad because, like, if he thinks that he's threatened by the ground weaknesses, he can just switch into Thwacky and get grass terrain instead. Yes, it doesn't really like utilize this guy's electric type moves that much, but like if it means saving them from more damage, Thwacky can just come in and change terrain and then reduce that ground type damage.
yeah.
Um,
Like this team isn't going to like taking Earthquake, so if you half the
it's true.
damage from
Yeah.
Earthquake, because he hasn't got any flying type, so he's got no immunity to Earthquake.
Yeah.
But if you bring out Thwacky, damage from Earthquake's instantly halved,
Yeah.
and you're in a better position.
Yeah. Yeah. Much better position. So yeah, he's got like the speed control there. He's got terrain control. Two types of different terrain control. He's got weather control with the hail as well, and Arctovish is really good in hail. It's typing it. I really like water ice types. It's a really cool type.
Mhm.
And then also it can actually be special if he wants it to be. I've used a special Arctovish before, and it's really fun to use because it gets like freeze dry and stuff like that. Yeah, Bruxish, its ability prevents, kind of similar to Serena's Queenly Majesty.
Yeah.
It stops all priority moves, so no fake out or anything like that, which is good because like Aromatisse, it can't be taunted, so the only thing to do is try and fake out. But of course, if you've got Bruxish with you, you can't fake it out. So you've got to double up into it in order to prevent Trick Room. And then, of course, Melmetal thrives in Trick Room. Abomasnow thrives in Trick Room. Camerupt as well, which can Mega as well. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
And then the bane of my life, Umbreon. God, I hate that Pokemon. I hate it because of how good it is. That's why I hate it. Because it's so bulky and so frustratingly annoying to try and stop. Because it will just keep on spamming those snarls or yawn or foul play. It's such a frustrating Pokemon. Yeah, you basically need like a really tough fighting or fairy type to break it. If you haven't got one, then you're gonna have a really hard time, to try and break it. And then let's not forget Ditto, which can be a pain actually in its own way. If you've got your Mega out in the field, Ditto can just copy you, and then he could have potentially like 2 Megas on the field, which is a bit of a scary thought.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
Luckily, my name is Galelli, so
Yeah.
he's facing another one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as he doesn't explode.
That's true, actually. Yeah. I suppose the only criticism I have with this team is he hasn't got Tailwind anywhere. So he has only got Trick Room. But
Yeah.
to be honest, like, does this team want to be in Tailwind? Even if it was in Tailwind, would it even be that fast as well? Other than Coco and Electivire, not really, right? So, yeah. So it doesn't really need it.
Yeah, I mean, like, Umbreon's the 5th fastest with 65.
Hmm.
Thwacky's 80, that's neither here nor there. Like,
Yeah.
the 3 that would like to be in Tailwind are Bruxish, Electivire, and Tapu Koko, but
Yeah.
Tapu Koko's there just to speed up Electivire event, essentially.
Yeah, it is. The one thing I do like about Coco as well, though, that it could be a decent screens setter.
Yeah.
Because it's so fast, so it can get those screens up super quick. That's a really cool thing. So you can make your team bulky as well as slow. But yeah.
Like, only criticism I have about is it is a little bit frail.
Frail, yeah.
Other than Umbreon and Melmetal, everything else I'm looking at and thinking I'll probably take them out in
Couple of hits.
In 2 hits.
Yeah.
Aromatisse as well. That's unless you're hitting it with stab, super effective moves, it's going to stick around.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose like a Abomasnow is 4 times. Is it 4 times weak to fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Melmetal as well, right?
No, Melmetal was only times.
It's just 2. Okay. But I mean, the great thing is about Abomasnow though is that with that 4 times weakness, he's got Arctovish next to him, which of course deals with that fire type because of the water type it has. So Abomasnow is actually, in a really great position because Arctovish is just protecting it.
Dogsy, if you're listening to this, the berry you're going to want on Aromatisse is the Babiri berry.
Yeah.
Super effective steel attacks. Okay?
Yeah,
Not a-
Babiri berry. Best berry to have on Aromatisse.
Yeah.
Especially that there's no Zacian running around. Which probably wouldn't matter in that case.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But yeah, I do like the team. I can see some elements where I'm like, it's lacking something, but I'm not sure what. Maybe it is the Tailwind. I'm not sure.
could be the Tailwind. It's generally a really slow team,
Yeah.
but yeah, obviously the Ditto you can't count, but
Mm.
he's, he's missing a Dragon type. That's it.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Missing a Dragon and a Flying type. I think if he had a Flying type, ground problem would be as big of a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that is what I'm sort of thinking.
Yeah, because I know Dogsy likes pivoting,
Yeah, he
uh,
does. Yeah.
and being able to pivot into an immunity is always good.
Yeah, and like you said, like the problem is like with that big ground type weakness is that it'll be difficult to pivot if the Pokemon you're pivoting in is also weak to ground.
Yeah,
Yeah. But no, a cool team. I'm really excited to see Bruxish in that action. It's been a long time since I've seen that. A long time. But no, cool stuff. Kirky, sorry he took Melmetal, but he had to get it. Right, on to Matt, Mr. Star himself, and the Bulu boys. Yep, so Matt unfortunately got sniped a couple of times. I think I was one of those people who sniped him. Caused a bit of an upset. But yeah, I think he initially got mostly everything that he wanted. And he said that he had been like thinking of, he's made quite a few teams, I think, but he's overly happy with what he's got. I'll start off. I think this is a really cool team. It's got loads of different stuff going on. Like when I look at this team, I'm like, whoa, okay, what is going on here? I mean, firstly, the pick here, Blastoise, mega amazing. Blastoise is going to be such a good Pokemon again in this format because, of course, it gets Follow Me in this national dex. Not only that, it's mega. It's really strong and tough. Fake Out as well. Let's not forget. Shell Smash. It can do loads of stuff. Blastoise. It's really good. I'm a bit jealous to be honest, but yeah, Mega Blastoise. He's also got Mega Banette if he wants to go with a prankster route. It's a really good prankster Pokemon. It gets Trick Room as well, as does Ordino and Mesprit. So 3 Pokemon there that get Trick Room. Oh no, I think Jirachi as well.
Jirachi as well. Jirachi also gets Follow Me, so
Yeah.
you have to just stick with a Blastoise Follow Me if he wants to Shell Smash and then Mega It. That's
Yeah.
definitely an option.
Yeah, so that's a really cool pick as well there. He's got the Water, Grass, Fire, Entei. One of my all-time favorite fire Pokemon. It's really strong. It can be special, physical. Sacred Fire can burn Pokemon. Eruption can just melt people's faces off. And Snarl, of course, if he wants to go with like the more supporting role, it can just Snarl, burn. Will-O-Wisp. It can work in Sunny Day. That Banette can set. As can Maractus up there. That's probably why he picked up the Maractus, because of the Sunny Day prankster from Banette. I've used Maractus quite a few times. It can be really strong, but it can't really take hits very well. So you're gonna have to hit hard and fast in order to get usage out of it. And it gets like really cool. It's got a really cool move pool as well. And it can be physical as well, which a lot of people don't sort of tend to go with. It can be physical, but
E6 is respectable.
yeah,
obviously,
it's
but
not bad, and it gets Sucker Punch as well, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Raikou is super quick, and it's another Johto dog. I know he didn't get all 3, but he got Blastoise instead of the Suicune, which, to be honest, I agree with. I think Blastoise is probably the better choice.
Yeah, he said if no one picked up Blastoise by time it got around to him grabbing it.
Yeah. And then
in a few of my teams, it was definitely there as an option, but
yeah,
um,
Phalanx. I think he only picked up Phalanx because it's a Defiant Pokemon, and because there's a lot of Intimidators running around.
yeah,
So that's not a bad shout, to be fair.
yeah. As we say, like the speed controls here are either lowering speed or the tailwind or trick room. So
Yeah,
and some teams are literally lowering speed. So
yeah,
a Defiant Mon definitely puts that off.
yeah, definitely. And Phalanx is actually an interesting Pokemon, you know. That move that it gets, it boosts every stat by
Oh,
one.
no retreat.
Yeah, yeah, that's like a really interesting, you know, move. So if you ignore it and it just keeps on doing it, it's going to be quite hard to break. And then Alone in Persian, cool pick, really fast fake out Pokemon, but it also gets, you know, fake tears, it gets foul play, um, it gets
Oh,
Snarl.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a good supporting Pokemon for sure. And I think if I remember, it's fairly bulky as well.
decent bulk. Yeah,
Yeah, decent bulk. Mesprit, probably the best out of the three. I don't rate Azelf or I always forget the third one. Azelf, Mesprit, and
Uxie.
Uxie. Yeah, that's it. But Mesprit, I think, is the best out of the three. It's more bulkier, and like I said, it's another Trick Room Pokemon as well. Like, I quite like that because, as you can see, Matt's got 3 Megas, and he will have to choose which one to Mega on each week. But the good thing is that if he doesn't want to have like a prankster Banette that can set Trick Room, he can always just bring in Mesprit, who can also Trick Room, you know.
Yeah,
So I quite like that. I always forget this bloody Pokemon's name. Sh Shawalot? No, what's it called?
Samurott.
What's that?
Samurott.
Samurott, that's it. I was trying to remember. I couldn't remember for the life of me. Samurott. I'll be honest, I actually don't know much about this Pokemon. I have rarely used it. I think I've used it once and only once. I can't even remember its typing. Is it water?
Just water.
Oh, it's just water. Okay, I thought it was water and something else, but it's just water. Um, I I'm not sure why he picked it because he's got Blastoise.
Yeah, I was a bit confused about this one.
Yeah. I probably would have picked up I don't know, maybe a fairy type or something. Oh no, Ordino is a fairy, isn't it? When it megas.
Yeah, maybe it's
I don't know, maybe a dragon or something.
yeah, something in there for his cause. But
Yeah, yeah. But maybe there is a reason that I'm missing. But like I said, I don't actually know much about it. So Matt's probably got some scheme.
probably, but I mean, he's missing a lot of typing. So I mean, it could have been one of those that he dropped and picked up a different type for.
Yeah, that's a good point. I know he got sniped a couple of times. So it might have.
Probably, yeah. Obviously, how our draft works, you don't. There's no what's it called? Grace period where you can make changes. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what you draft is what you're stuck with for 5 weeks. So
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
it's not
Maybe
well,
he will change it around, I'm not sure. But
yeah. Come week 6, you might think, okay, this ain't working, and swap it out.
mm,
Yeah. So obviously, no one's ever eliminated by week 5. So
no, no.
use time to change up your team.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I like the team. Um he's got some heavy hitters. Like Entei's quite a heavy hitter. Blastoise is a heavy hitter. Raikou can hit pretty hard as well. And then he's got like the support from Mesprit, Persian, Banette, even Jirachi. And then Maractus can, you know, kind of be either special or physical. And then he's got the Defiant Pokemon to help, you know, with the Intimidate Pokemon that are flying around. But no, I do like the team. I just think that I think it's the God, I forgot its name again.
Samurai.
Samurott, God. I just think it's the Samurott that I'm questioning. Other than that, I like the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no Tailwind actually, is there?
No Tailwind, but again,
Okay.
d- he'll probably want to go down the Trick Room kind of route, or opt for trying to slow things down with Icy Wind. But yeah, I like the team. It's good, and you can see what it's going to do on the tin. But you've got to prepare for a lot. Like, are you going to face a Mega Blastoise with Follow Me, or are you going to face a Shell Smashing Blastoise
Yeah. Yeah.
with Water Spouts?
Yeah. And I think like the likes of like Jirachi and Audino and Mesprit, you're not quite sure what they're going to go with, like what kind of set they'll be, because they can do so many things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like wait and see type of scenario. It's going to be like one of those things where in game one you're actually just scouting to see what Matt does with those Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
and then try and take it from there afterwards.
It'll be interesting facing him.
Yeah, it will be. Mm. But no, that's good. On to the next team is Latvian. So Latvian has returned to the BPL in season 4. He did miss season 3. He was busy, but he's returned and he's back in the Premiership as well. So congratulations to Lat for making it back into the Premiership. I'll start off. It's a scary looking team. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He's got some like real hard hitting Pokemon. Like Urshifu, of course, is Urshifu. Gengar is a terribly strong special attacker, as is Typhlosion and Articuno. And then Primarina can be really decent as well. Yeah, it's a really hard hitting team. He's got Trick Room with Articuno, as well as Tailwind with Articuno.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Weather Control with Leopard. As what else can Leopard do? I always forget. Oh, it's like fake tears and stuff like that.
Weather Control, Fake Tears,
Yeah.
Prankster, and it works in both terrains.
Yeah.
As a Prankstermon. He's got loads of support from the Mr. Mime in Wide Guard, Fake Out, Follow Me.
Yeah. Oh, it gets Follow Me. Oh my god. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the eruptions coming from Typhlosion, especially if he goes with a Lopunny RU beforehand. So
Yeah.
he's got a lot of stuff going on in this team. And then he's also got Rage Powder, Fungus.
Yeah. Fungus can be a pain. Like, just Spore in general is such an annoying thing. You know, you don't want to be put to sleep. He's got Seeking, of course, for the Lightning Rod ability, which helps out Articuno and Primarina. And then Mega Lopunny, which is really quick. I can't remember how quick, but I remember it's stupid quick.
Yeah, it's got stupid fast fake outs.
Yeah.
Scrappy. So.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, Scrappy ability, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a really cool ability to have as a Mega, as well. Especially in, you know, if there's like a Pokemon that's a Ghost type that wants to get Trick Room up, you know, or a Ghost type that just is a heavy hitter. Although I think he's got the heaviest Ghost type, heaviest hitting Ghost type there is. Gengar is quite a Pokemon. Oh yeah, let's not forget that thing can Mega as well.
Yeah. And get Shadow Tag.
Yeah, and traps you in as well, which is frustrating to say the least. If you haven't got like a pivot in move, you're stuck, and you've got to make do with what you've got basically. You've got to try to break that Gengar. Although it is it 4 times weak to Dark?
No, it's not.
No, it's just regular, isn't it?
Yeah.
I forgot what. Oh, I was thinking of Calyrex Shadow Runner. Um, but yeah, so really cool team. Uh, I suppose, I suppose the only criticism I have is that the heavy hitters aren't that bulky.
Yeah.
Like Urshifu is not that bulky. Gengar is not that bulky. Typhlosion, not really. Uh,
Yeah.
Articuno can be, but then you'll have to drop its special attack a bit as well. Lopunny, not the most bulkiest. I suppose Primarina and Duraludon are the bulkiest of the Pokemon.
Hmm.
Which make up, I suppose, for the lack of bulk from the others. But I suppose that's the one thing that a Mega Gengar struggles with when it does Mega. Yes, it's really powerful, but it can only take a couple of hits.
Yeah. My issue with the team is you've got quite a few Mons there that are asking for the Focus Sash. You've
Mm,
got Urshifu, probably wants a Sash. Gengar, if it's not Mega, it wants the Sash.
yeah,
Liepard wants the Sash. Lopunny, if it's not the Mega, it's going to want the Sash. Mr.
yeah.
Mime, wants the Sash. Like a
Even
lot of those,
Fungus maybe as well, you know.
yeah, a lot of those Mons want to be holding that Focus Sash, and obviously you can only distribute it to one.
Yeah,
So it's something that he's going to have to think about when it comes to when he makes teams for his opponents.
yeah,
But yeah, he's got pivots. He's got Mons that can hits quite well.
yeah,
The Primarina and the Duraludon. Obviously, he doesn't want to bring Duraludon's special moves, but like
mhm,
physical moves, he's gonna shrug most of them off.
yeah, yeah. Let's not forget as well that Duraludon, its ability Stalwart just ignores any type of redirection. Um, oh no, it's just follow me redirection, isn't it?
No, all
It's
redirection,
all, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
ally switch,
That's
whatever.
correct. Yeah. So
Um,
if you want to try and play tricks on it, it won't allow you to. It will just hit you in the face still. So yeah, that is something to be wary of with that Pokemon. Primarina is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. I love it. Um, it's everyone always asks the question, who's better, Feeny or Primarina? I just think
mm,
they're both different in their own ways.
yeah,
Like, yes, Feeny brings the terrain, which is really cool, but like Liquid Voice from Primarina is really strong, especially with its hyper voice.
yeah,
Um, and if you've got like two Pokemon that are super effective to Primarina, you're gonna get hit pretty hard. Um, and of course you can go with like a throat spray tech as well, which is even cooler.
yeah.
But no, really cool stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing Lat back in action and seeing him play everyone again. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Hey,
another congratulations to Lat on making it back.
welcome back, that.
Yeah, right. On to our next team, the Crimmage Colossals. Dr. Dave, I haven't personally played against him, but I know that you have in the Johto division in the UGA. I've always been in different divisions, but have watched his content from time to time when he was doing it. And I
Mm.
know that Dr. Dave has he always came up with some really crazy strats and really cool techs that I've never seen before. And it just I was always in awe, how the hell did he come up with that stuff?
Yeah.
Um and yeah, and this is his team here. A really interesting and cool team. What do you make of the team?
So there's good points, there's bad points for the team.
Yeah,
Like Phil Weather is good. Um, he's got probably one of the best megas in Mega Kangaskhan.
yeah,
Pick that up for a bargain in the Asia.
yeah.
Um, he's got some redirection going on, Butterfree and Togepi.
hmm
He's got, I've already said he's got Electabuzz, um, and he's got good attacks and good special attacks.
Yeah.
But again, I think this team is a little frail. But this is Dr. Dave. He's got ways of making frail teams bulky.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's gonna have something that's gonna come through. And I never saw that. But there are like, and this is the same qualm I had with Draco earlier. He's got 3 baby mons there that all want. Well, he's got 2 baby mons that want the Eviolite.
Yeah.
In the Hippopotas Togepi. And he's got a Shedinja there in a team that's carrying sand and hail.
Yeah.
So the Shedinja's going to come in and die if like weather's up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sold on that mon. So I think he's got 3 mons here that are struggling. Like he's got Togepi for Follow Me, but he's got 3 with the redirection. I'm just thinking there might have been ways for him to pick up almost better weather setter than the Hippopotas, but yeah, he overall I think the team's a little imbalanced, but it's going to be hard to prep for because you don't know if he's going to bring the sand mode or the hail mode.
Yeah, I agree with the Shedinja. I wasn't quite sure on why it was picked because, like you said, the hail or sand will just take it out. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is a reason I'm just not seeing. And like I said, Dr. Dave comes out with some really crazy strats sometimes, so I'm probably missing something. But like it, what's that?
I'm fully expecting I am missing something in this.
Yeah. I'm more than likely missing something, and that's the thing that like is so good about Dr. Dave and his style of play. He comes out with some really cool and like, no, I wouldn't even say it's memey because it's not really memey. It's more like clever. It's more clever text, you know, like stuff that you wouldn't really think would work, but it actually did work. And like you said, he's got the Mega Kangaskhan, which is one of the best megas in the game. The sand mode is really scary because not only has he got like a ground steel type, he's also got the water dragon type that can work in the sand. So, you know, that's 4 typings there that he's covered in 2 Pokemon, which is really cool. Yes, he's got 2 different redirectors with Follow Me or Rage Powder. Butterfree, I've always loved Butterfree personally. I think is a really cool Pokemon. If you stick like a choice scarf on that thing and put things to sleep, you can be really problematic. Because I think it's the fastest sleep powder other than Venusaur in the sun. I think it's the fastest. But it is frail, however, which is its downfall. And then the hail. The hail, sort of the ice team, should we call it? He's got the Vanillux. Vanillux is a really, really cool Pokemon. I love it. It doesn't get Trick Room, does it? Am I?
Nah, he hasn't got any Trick Room.
No. I don't know why I thought Vanillux got it for a second. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah. So he hasn't got any Trick Room setters. So when I look at this team, he has got Sandslash and Arctozolt. I'm not sure why he got 2 Sandslash Pokemon. Oh no. Does it get Sandslash?
Yeah, it's got Slush.
Yeah. So, but I'm not sure why he got 2. If one was sort of special and the other one was physical, I would have understood it. But he's got 2 physical. Yes, they're different typings, Electric Ice and Steel Ice. But I'm not sure. I think he could have picked up, maybe just kept Arctozolt and maybe got something else instead of Sandslash. But I mean, it is a cool Pokemon though, nevertheless. I love Sandslash. Frosmoth is one of those Pokemon where it actually can be stupid bulky. and it can be a really good like support and sort of stalling Pokemon with like Struggle Bug. Its ability, I forgot what it's called, but it takes special attacks.
Ice Scale, so it
Ice Scales, yeah. So special attacks do like nothing to it.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool. It gets Wide Guard as well, Tailwind as well. So he's got 2 Tailwind setters with Butterfree and Frostmoth. Yeah, like you said, it's got. When I look at this team, it's going to hit you very hard and very fast because Dracovish hits very hard, Excadrill hits very hard, Dracozolt and Sandslash can hit very hard. So you've got to put a stop to it before it gets set up, kind of, you know. But if you don't stop it in time, like if you don't cancel out that weather control, if you don't cancel out the, you know, redirection or anything like that, I think you're going to be losing Mons pretty quick because these Pokemon can hit extremely hard. Like we all know what Fisher's Rend does to Pokemon. Yeah, but there are downsides, of course. Like the Hell team does not like fire. If you get a fire Pokemon against them with like I don't know Drought, it's gonna suffer badly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's gonna come down to that with Dr. Dave's team, like making sure that he has weather control. Because if he doesn't get the weather control, he's gonna suffer. So he will have to make sure that he'll just keep that weather control.
Yeah. One thing about Dave's team though is it's very weak to fire. Very weak.
Yeah, I think half the team has weaknesses. Oh, more than half. Yeah.
7 out of 11 don't
Yeah.
like fire.
Yeah.
And only one of them resists it. So it's definitely something he's gonna have to prep for. Like he's gonna know fire's coming along. But at the same time, we've got 2 very good mons that like will eat fire types in Dracovish and Excadrill.
Yeah. I suppose the interesting way to look at it though, right, is that yes, he's got like such a huge fire weakness, but so far we've only had two Sun teams. So that in that sense, like he has 2 bad matchups, and in the others he's got good matchups because there's no Sun. So it is clever in that sense, but it's still going to be difficult as well.
Yeah, but obviously, if you're making such a glaring weakness, you're going to be prepared for that glaring weakness. So obviously, he's going to prepare.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure Dr. Dave will prepare for like what he is weak against. He'll be looking at what Pokemon can get Sunny Day up or what Pokemon has Drought, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool team. Yes, there's the glaring fire weakness that he will have to try to avoid. But I'm really excited to see that the Hail team and the Sand team as well, like which to go with, or bring in both. Yeah. But no, he hasn't got Trick Room though, which is Shedinja? No, Shedinja doesn't get him. No. But no. On to the last team of the evening. We were supposed to have Kirky, but he didn't get his picks in time, so Matrix, he has joined the BPL as well. Another veteran from the UGA. Your division as well. So you're actually going up against quite a few of your old Johto teammates.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. And as you can clearly see, Matrix has gone for a mono. And he's gone for a mono steel. And I suppose very much like Dr. Dave's team, fire, he does not like fire or ground. So ground and fire are going to be, predominantly his his weaknesses.
Yeah. fire, ground, and fighting. So obviously he's going to prepare for fire, ground, and fighting coming his way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone brave enough to bring poison against him, well done.
Yeah. Yeah. If you got the cojones to bring a poison type against this team, then I applaud you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like the picks though. Yes, this is a mono team. Yes, he's got that massive fire, ground, and fighting weakness. However, the picks are really clever because, like Klefki, for example, Klefki has weather control, and it's a prankster Pokemon. If a prankster Pokemon tries to get Sunny Day up, where it's like, okay, I'll just get Rain Dance up, so it can just, keep switching that weather to his preference. And I think if I remember, Klefki's fairly slow. I think.
75 speed.
Oh, actually, that's faster than what I thought. It's actually faster than what I thought. So it might not actually be like the slowest prankster Pokemon. There might be others that are slower. That have been drafted. Maybe Meowstic is slower than that.
Meowstic's slower than Liepard, but I don't know its base speed. So
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. I never check the base speeds really of prankster Pokemon because they're pranksters. But yeah, it's a clever pick. Like I said, he can just keep the weather control in his favor, or if he wants to go with Sunny Day with Heatran, that's like really good as well. So you can boost its fire type attacks,
Yeah.
And then making sure just to have Steel and another type in is really clever as well, like Steel Fire here, Steel Psychic, Steel Water, Steel Flying, Steel Electric, making sure that it's just not Steel. And then of course the thing with Steel type Pokemon, they're bulky as hell. So usually like Metagross is pretty darn bulky, Heatran bulky, Empoleon, Steelix, Aggron, which of course can be mega. Even Skarmory, it can be a bit of a pain. He has got speed control with this team as well. I think Skarmory gets Tailwind, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, it should. It's a bird. So yeah, Tailwind, and then Trick Room with Bronzor. So he's got the speed control there, which is really good. He's got Fake Out with Togedemaru. Empoleon with Defiant ability. He's got his Mega in Mega Aggron, the only Pokemon last season to beat me.
And Mega Metagross.
Oh, of course, yeah. Of course, I'm forgetting like the Mega Metagross, which is an absolute beast. Mega Steelix as well. Let's not forget.
Yeah, he's got 3 Megas there, ready to go.
Yeah. Mega Metagross is pretty frightening, actually. It gets is it Tough Claws?
Yep, Tough Claws.
Yeah, Tough Claws.
It's stupid high attack, even boosted even higher.
Yeah.
One thing I do need to mention, because everyone needs to know this, Heatran gets Eruption.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, definitely something to watch out for. Base 130 Eruption, probably. I think it's probably the most powerful Eruption in the game.
Yeah, I think not even Typhlosion is that high. I think Typhlosion is 110.
Yeah, I think Typhlosion's 110 and
Torkoal is actually not as high as what people think it is.
Torkoal's is like 85.
Yeah, it's 85, but I think it's so powerful, of course, because of the drought.
Yeah, Groundon gets it, but it doesn't even get it, and it's like 100 or something like that. So
Yeah,
not that good.
Yeah, it's Heatran's a beast in this format. Kling Clang. I think he just picked it up just because it was the only one left. Because he got sniped by me. I took his Bronzong. So yeah, he just picked up Kling Clang for the hell of it. Although it does get a pretty cool move pool, I will admit. What's it? Shift Gear.
Yeah.
There's a particular move that it gets. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I try to remember. There's a particular move that Klinklang gets, and it's a really good move. Um, I forgot what's this called? Fortress? No, Fortress.
Fortress.
Yeah, I actually know nothing about the thing.
Times 4 weeks of fire.
Yeah, other than that, it's weak to fire and ground, probably. Actually, it's that's a good point. Bronzor it gets levitate, so you know it is only weak to fire. So, but no, really cool team. Of course, Matrix does have to watch out for those fire and ground types and fighting types, but I, despite being a mono team, I like the components that he's brought to it. He hasn't just gone with steel types. He's thought about which steel types he needs. You know, he needs the prankster steel type. He needs a fake out, a trick room, a tailwind, a bulky boys. You know, a decent mega. So yeah, it's not just like as black and white as it seems.
Yeah. Like, obviously, the only thing he's missing is like a blisteringly fast steel type. But
Yeah.
I don't think there is a blisteringly fast steel type. So
No. I'm trying to think. I don't think.
think
I suppose Zacian is probably the only. Zacian Crowned is probably the fastest steel type.
Yeah, if you take that out, the only thing that's fast, quote unquote, would be Katana with 109 speed. So
Yeah.
even that fast.
Yeah.
Like you're giving yourself another ×4 weakness to fire. So
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be worth it.
No, I agree. But no, it would be really fun to watch Matrix play against people with his team.
Yeah.
And you know, you shouldn't sleep on it just because yes, it's a steel type mono team. You shouldn't sleep on it. You know, Mega Metagross can still just one shot things. Heatran, like you said, Eruption is pretty scary. If he gets Trick Room up, most of these Pokemon are gonna do very well in the Trick Room. And then Tailwind, he can always get Tailwind up with Skarmory.
Yeah, I've battled Matrix in the past, and absolutely, he's a good player. I know not to underestimate him.
Yeah, yeah. But no, that is all we have for the show. And we will see everyone for the championship teams. We will do a championship team analysis as well, and we'll make sure to include Kirky's team from the Premiership as well once we know which Pokemon he has chosen. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Chris, any last words?
No, time to play some Pokemons.
Yeah, we start pretty quick actually. We start next week. So we'll catch you there, and we'll see you all very soon.
Farewell, everyone.
Ta-da.